Welcome to The Proud Gardener. My name is Wendy Proud, and today I'd like to share with you some tips for sprucing up your landscape with great color for now and for later in the season. We're going to talk about shade as well as sun exposures and some tips for how you can really make them pop in the landscape. Now, there's a few things you want to remember when you're designing your landscape. First of all, envision the space. Decide what color scheme you want to do. That's really important because that's going to set the tone as well as the look for what you design in the end. This shade garden that we've designed here today was planted a few weeks ago, and it has an assortment of colors. We've chosen to do a tone-on-tone combination, so we have an assortment of pinks, purples, mixed in with limes and golds. So this is Magilla perilla, which is a wonderful coleus relative. We've planted some of these here in the landscape, and they're going to get up to about a foot and a half tall with equal width. Now, another plant that you can add on early in the season are fuchsias. And fuchsias come in a wide range of colors and sizes, as well as sun and shade tolerance both. So you may be able to put a fuchsia in sun and shade. So we have some primrose here. If we lay these out, these are relatively small in terms of the way they grow. So you want to space these, maybe about 6 inches or so apart. And so you go ahead and plant it like this. You see the tone on tone that we've picked here. Everything just kind of blends together, and as it fills in, this is going to have a more full look in the end. Texture is also an important thing to think about. You'll want to have some grassy-like plants as well as some broadleaf plants, and try and mix it up with flowering and non-flowering plants also. Now that we've finished our shade garden, let's take a look at the sun area. I love this area because it has contrasting colors and some of my favorite combinations, purple and orange. So let's take a look at what we have in our sun garden that we've designed. As I mentioned, we have purple and orange, which is a great combination, with a little bit of yellow thrown in for a little extra splash. Now, we have our texture with our grassy texture here, or spiky texture. We have our foliage color with this wonderful geranium called Vancouver Centennial. And we've added in some ranunculus and a few other things to give us great color at the moment. This is coleus. This would be one that you would want to put in early in the season and have color all summer long. Another plant that gives you a great pop of color for a very long time is osteospermums, and they come in every color imaginable now. This is a great plant to put in combination with the purples and the oranges, Vancouver Centennial geranium. It's actually a pelargonium, which means that it's relative to a geranium, but it's a little bit different. So let's add in these geraniums to the few spots we have left in the garden. This geranium looks great against this purple pansy that we have. Wonderful contrast. And make sure anytime you plant something new in the landscape that you amend the soil. And what that means is adding planter mix to the soil. It'll not only enrich the soil and give your plants better longevity, but it'll also make sure that they have a better moisture retention as well. Lastly, I love the look of mulch, and I think it's really a wonderful thing to add to the garden. It not only keeps weeds down, looks great, but holds in moisture for a longer period of time as well. For more information on today's segment, please visit rogersgardens.com.